We're back here. YouTube.com/joyclicks. Avengers time. Wartable number 3. With us, of course, Christian Buckley. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing good. I was just playing this game moments ago.
I see. And of course, the other host of Excelsior on Marvel's Avengers podcast, Jack Martin. How are you doing, good sir?
Excelsior. Good to be here with you all today.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Me too.
If my monitor would stop messing up. What do you read? So like, what is our? I mean, have you played the game, Jack, yet?
I played the beta across 2 weekends. Once with Christian, or twice with Christian, once with you. I really enjoyed playing with people. Wasn't so sold on playing by myself, but I've seen a lot of positivity in terms of the campaign story from journalists who've gotten their hands on the game slightly earlier, which has definitely boosted my excitement for the game. Because that was one of my main drawbacks, was I wasn't anticipating the story to be anything like exciting or good, but people have said otherwise. So yeah, it's definitely got me more excited.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Christian, how are you feeling? You've you've been playing the game. Streamed it, of course, on twitch.tv/joyclicks, of course. No, just kidding. Twitch.tv/Christian Buckley. Right?
Yep. I am loving the game so far. Campaign is fantastic. Excellent Avengers story. Kamala Khan's great. They didn't make a half and half game. They made a whole ass single player game with single player level design, and then they made a whole ass multiplayer game. So like, it's the best of both. As far as what today is gonna show, they said they're gonna show some post-launch stuff. So maybe tease the raid. Maybe see a roadmap today. For sure, we're getting a new hero announced, and I think it's not out of the question to see Hawkeye today, like in action.
I see.
I want to hear his voice actor.
Yeah, dude. I hope it's Sam Witwer.
It's possible.
It is possible. Okay.
Kevin, this 45 seconds, you haven't been sold on the game yet. Is there anything they can do today to sell you, do you think?
I was gonna save it till Gamescast. I was gonna ask you on Gamescast. Look, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes of the floor. Similar how you give me like 2 minutes. Hey, explain this crazy Call of Duty thing that's going down. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna ask you. Okay, the game launches for me on Thursday night in X amount of hours. Sell me from what you played from a single point of view, because I'm not really that sold on the multiplayer aspect of this game, but at least single player. See if you can tell me. But I'm not. I mean. I think they could show a lot here that could get me excited. I mean, it's not that like I'm not excited. I don't know, man. I think I'm just looking to just see what happens.
Right.
As we're going in right now, we have a. Okay, there we go.
Respect.
Yeah, I still can't believe it.
Yeah, it's wild. Whoa.
They said they're changing entirely what they're gonna show us, I guess.
Right, but they showed a Black Panther logo.
Yeah, I think that's basically them saying like we would have shown Black Panther off today, but the timing is just obviously
I was
awful for that.
Jack, if you were around for Excelsior this weekend, I was gonna ask you, like, do you think that like there was a chance it was Black Panther? Because I had a feeling, but like,
yeah. I mean, we've heard a lot about Wakanda and stuff.
yeah.
But I think that's essentially what they were saying with that little logo they brought up.
Yeah. So it's coming. So,
Yeah.
I wonder what other hero they're gonna show today then.
Thrilled to bring him to you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the beta.
Are we gonna show up? Our elevator pitch.
Yeah, where's the
Where's the joy clicks elevator
number
pitch?
one Marvel Avengers podcast?
Look at her. Look at my girl.
I could talk giving this on. It's so cinematic.
It's kind of funny.
Like, this game's gonna dominate my life. Like, this is what I want out of this.
Jeremy Renner.
Holy. Okay.
I'm ready, dude. Just give me the game. Just give me the game. What? What?
Oh, Hulk can get in it?
That's cool. I didn't know that.
I don't think I can keep up with how much action.
I love Hollow.
Oh
Big
my
fan.
God, this game is everything I've ever wanted.
Welcome to our special launch edition of Marvel's Avengers Wartable. We are just days away from launch, and many of you are already playing the game with early access. That means you could be playing the full game right now instead of watching this stream. August was a big month for us. Millions of you
Christian's
joined
got
the
his
beta and
controller
were
right
among
next to
the
him.
first to play our original
Sweating.
Avengers story and assemble online with friends. If you played the beta, you now know. This game is huge, and we barely scratched the surface of what's coming on day one. So we're going to show you everything you'll want to be doing at launch. We'll also go deeper into the Avengers Initiative and Operations, which are larger content drops involving new stories and new
I'm
heroes.
like-
We'll also talk about endgame content and give you a
Still
first
kinda
look at
confused.
Mega Hives.
I love it.
Let's get started with what to
Like
expect
I'm,
on day one.
I'm in, but like I'm still at this point. I'm like, what am I gonna be doing here?
Yeah.
On day one, most of you will want to start with the full single-player campaign.
The way they've
to be
introed
among
it in the game
first
so
to
far is
uncover the
pretty
many
good.
mysteries and
Cool.
secrets in Marvel's Avengers.
Like I have the
Before
main
the
gist,
spoilers
of course,
start to
but
appear. That includes playing new origin stories for key characters like Miss Marvel and MODOK, and finally finding out the answers to your burning questions, such as, where is Nick Fury? Why is Hulk all bruised and bearded? And of course, what really happened at A-Day?
Clearly, Captain America died.
If
Come
you
on
want
now.
to jump right into
dead.
the Avengers Initiative to begin leveling up your favorite Avenger in single or multiplayer missions, by starting on day one, you can earn special rewards just for our players at launch. And you can access the Avengers Initiative and play in parallel with your campaign. So you can go play with your friends and then come back and pick up right where you left off. From the moment you touch the game, starting with everyone who joined the beta, you are influencing the future of Marvel's Avengers.
Is that a Ragnarok skin?
We've
Wait.
been working hard to address your
Wait.
feedback so far,
Wait.
and we'll continue
Wait.
to do so.
Wait, okay, that was hot.
Day one means being the first to find Marvel's Avengers secrets, and this game is brimming with fan service. That includes locations, personalities, Easter eggs, and a countless number of references for you to discover and connect to some of our favorite moments from Marvel's history. An iconic company that now has 81 years of iconic content as of its birthday yesterday, August 31st. Happy birthday, Marvel!
happy Marvel
Marvel's
birthday.
Avengers has great daily and weekly gameplay modes, and understanding these is
I
an
hate when
effective way
people
to
make logos
maximize
like
your time
that.
playing.
Happy
There are
Marvel
daily and
birthday.
weekly content resets, and the Wartable is also dynamic. Some missions and rewards cycle in and out during your play session. Some rotate daily, while others will only appear over the weekend, like AIM's Secret Lab, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Here's another pro tip. There are 2 factions, each with 8 assignments and 1 villain sector per day. That's almost 20 small objectives. Make sure to go grab all your faction dailies when you log in, because they can be completed as you play through other missions. In-game vendors are also important to pay attention to. Each has an inventory that rotates
Looks
once
like
per
Destiny.
hour.
Yeah,
So there's
dude.
always something you need to
Yeah,
shop for.
yeah.
From what I
Cosmetic
remember of the
vendors,
first game,
one of several ways players can obtain cosmetics,
Which is
are
a good thing.
similar. The vendors have a
I will
stock of
say.
outfits,
You didn't play
emotes,
Destiny
and
2?
nameplates that rotate once per
no,
day.
Destiny
You
1
can
burned
unlock
me.
these cosmetics with units
Oh
you
man,
earn by
I wasn't
opening
into it.
strong
Destiny
boxes,
2 is so much
which
better.
are found
I'm
throughout
sorry.
missions.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Villain
though
sectors
one
are
got good
special
at the end,
missions
though.
that provide epic showdowns in boss fights that you'll want to keep coming back to, especially the closer your heroes get to the game's launch
This
power
is going to be an
level cap of
excellent
150.
podcast game. Let me
Uncover
tell
the
you.
secret behind these villain resurgences and put an end to them, if you can.
Looked like a new location to fight Taskmaster.
Nick Fury vanished after A-Day, but before that, he set up hidden shield vaults around the world. You can unlock these treasure troves of resources, weapons, and secrets.
Oh,
That is,
yo.
if you
I like
can
that Hulk
locate their
skin.
coordinates within a
Yeah,
mission when they
Mepharno's rocking
appear.
that one.
A few curious beta players found one of these secrets.
Yes, we did.
Yo, Lejeune here. This is 100% real. We have found a secret vault mission in Marvel's Avengers.
Oh, you gotta show ours. Come on
Shield
now.
vaults are
Damn.
critical to increasing your
Come on.
readiness
Yeah,
for
when
the
it took us like
challenges
6
that await
minutes
you
to
on
figure it out
road
the
to
first time.
Marvel's Avengers Endgame.
Like, where's that first one?
Where is the A
Marvel's
point or
Avengers
whatever
features more
point you're
than
looking for?
50 enemy types inspired by classic designs from the comics, many of which come directly from the ranks of Advanced Idea Mechanics, also known as AIM. AIM first appeared in Strange Tales 146, and their twisted science and quest for global domination has made them an arch-enemy of the Avengers ever since. Our team has created our own take on everything from AIM's emblematic beekeepers, who wear special suits to prevent contact with the natural world, to adaptoids, technologically advanced robots imbued with superpowers harvested from
Sentinels.
heroes and inhumans. Rounding out their arsenal is the Monotronic Exo, AIM's first foray into exosuits. We took heavy inspiration from this design from Quintronic Man, a 5-person exosuit developed by AIM that first appeared
that's
in the
Bumblebee.
Incredible
We all
Hulk
know it.
213. By leveraging AIM's cutting-edge technology, even human soldiers can stand toe-to-toe against the Avengers. But AIM isn't the only threat you'll face. The Watchdogs are a human terrorist organization built
The
up in
Ragnarok skin
opposition
on
to the
Hulk is-
perceived inhuman
That is
threat.
That's where
so.
it's at.
It's
In the
so
comics,
good looking. I
this
love it.
dangerous group first appeared in 1987 in Captain America 335. They despise
Hypothetically,
any form of
if/when I
inhumanity,
get this game,
so AIM is
Hulk
a
is
natural
forever having
ally
that
for them to
skin.
help
That's it.
eliminate
Like,
all
that's it.
superpowers
That is the
from the
pinnacle.
face of the
I'm
earth.
sorry.
In the shop right now, they
With
have
all of
Grey
this
Hulk in the
available at
Ragnarok
launch,
outfit.
You're definitely going to want to be among the first players to assemble your team and share the experience from the very start. And what's available on day one is truly only the beginning. As you play through the Reassemble story campaign, you're actually completing the prologue of a much larger arc. Beyond day one, the Avengers Initiative is at the heart of this larger world. Here you can continue to hone your team while playing through an interconnected series of stories, missions, and personal hero arcs. Some of these have a more immediate and ongoing impact on how you'll play, like events. Events are one way we're keeping the Avengers Initiative fresh and new. Some events will take place over a week, and others will be seasonal. Some will have cosmetics and gear that are only available to earn for a limited time. Getting in from the beginning ensures you are there for all of them. No one wants to miss out on their favorite outfit,
That
right?
Thor did not look
We're
good.
also adding new locations to
Yeah.
explore, like
Beardless
Christian, I saw you
Thor.
talking about
Zero.
that yesterday.
Shield Substation Zero is a brand new outpost for the Resistance, led by none other than Commander Maria Hill.
Dope.
Available shortly after launch, the substation opens up as a social space after temporal anomalies begin forming across the world. You'll have to help
What?
Maria Hill investigate the source of these disturbances, known as tachyon rifts, but we'll save getting into those missions.
Oh,
and
that
social
looked like
gear you
it,
can
there
earn
was like a
from them for another
side-scrolling
time. The more you play,
mission.
Yeah, right.
The way
You'll
they
have higher
filmed
level
that.
missions to
That's
do.
Wait,
what's going
I
on.
wouldn't be against that
And
though. I
AIM's
think it'd be fucking cool.
secret lab.
No? That'd be,
For the
that'd be fun.
pinnacle in marathon challenges at launch, behold the Mega Hive. A weekly mission type, Mega Hives will put your full roster to the test as you fight your way through a gauntlet of descending floors packed with enemies.
Oh, yes.
The farther you go, the higher the difficulty goes up. When one hero falls, the next in your roster taps in. But once all your heroes are defeated, you'll have to start over from the very beginning.
That's dope.
How far can you go into Mega Hives? AIM's Secret Lab is one of the truest tests of endgame team play. It's a mission you can't even access until you've reached the upper end of power level caps. It requires advanced tactics and the full cooperation of a seasoned 4-player team. The lab culminates in a massive boss fight that is influenced by how you perform throughout the mission. AIM's Secret Lab is only available once a week and must be completed within a set time window. The Avengers Initiative will also evolve over time with the addition of new heroes, villains, regions, and gear for years to come. Each of these additions combine and build over time to a much larger series of story arcs. We've previously talked a lot about missions, but now let's take a look at operations, starting with a new hero story that we can't wait to tell you about.
Who we got? Oh, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad we get to see him.
Now let's hear him.
Avengers, good. There's someone who wants to talk to you.
Oh
See?
shit!
Oh wait, that's awesome.
Matt.
Oh
Hell
shit!
yeah, dude.
Are you working for S.H.I.E.L.D. now?
It's, complicated.
Where's Clint?
That's
implicated too.
Clint and I were looking into what happened to Director Fury after A-Day.
That's
We
Ashley Birch.
stumbled on this Tachyon project.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I was wondering who that was.
What the hell is that?
Our guest finally.
Ashley Birch and
Remember what's riding on
Laura
this?
Bailey sound exactly the same to me.
Deal's a deal. I'll do my part.
Maybe it's just me.
We need to destroy that place.
No.
That's fucking dope. Wait,
Okay, how's
that
that?
ability was fucking fire.
God of Thunder.
That is not what I sound like.
Taking Aim is the first big
That's fun, dude.
post-launch operation. It directly advances the story starting at the conclusion of the Reassemble campaign. We are so excited to share that the first Avenger to join our expanded roster is Kate Bishop. We love Kate. She's smart, incredibly talented, and a master archer. Given the strong connection and friendship between Kate and Clint, we knew we couldn't do one without the other. Taken together, we like to think of their individual hero operations as a double feature. For some background, Clint, the original Hawkeye, took on Kate as a protege. But in many ways, Kate is the mature one. She is like the smarter younger sister who has to clean up the messes of her reckless older brother. In the Taking Aim operation, you'll get a new hero, Kate Bishop, complete with her own set of skills, gear, and moves to unlock and master just like the core launch heroes. You'll also get a brand new story and villain that adds to the ever-expanding Avengers Initiative experience. While operations are a way to introduce new heroes, villains, and more story, they can also add new regions to the globe. These larger expansions combine to form new arcs and lead to large-scale confrontations that continue to push your team to grow and improve well past the Reassemble storyline. We'll have a lot more to share about Kate and Clint in the future. Marvel's
They blacked out
Avengers
some
is
of
an
the text there.
epic experience ready for you to dive into on day one. You've seen the beta. You've seen what's coming day one. You've seen what's coming after launch. The journey has just begun. Players can jump into this world today. Join us, assemble your team, and take your first steps into Marvel's Avengers. In our next Wartable, you can be the one telling the stories. We'll recap where launch has taken us, where we're going next, and showcase the amazing feats of heroism you've performed. So please send us your coolest clips, show off your best builds, your favorite hero customizations, and your strongest online co-op team. Maybe we'll feature you in our next Wartable. We can't wait to show the world what you're doing. Thanks again for believing in us and always telling us what you think. We're listening and committed to making Marvel's Avengers your favorite superhero game for years to come.
All right.
Nice.
There we go.
They're really
Yeah.
good at making outlines of what they want to do. I appreciate that.
I like.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Did the last board table feature them like saying, "Okay, guys, for the next board table, we're gonna do this, 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 and that." Okay,
so.
I do like
Yeah, I
that.
don't know.
I do like that cadence though. I don't think
Yeah.
they did because I feel like I would have pointed out, but I do like how they did that here. Like we're gonna, you know, that's what I think was like the overall like theme of this board table was like, hey guys, like there's more. Like we're not just gonna stop here, you know. And like we all knew that, but I like how they're at least like doubling down and like committing to that long term type of thing. But that was pretty good. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So, I think there was definitely some point before this, Kevin. I don't know if it was at the last one, but they did say our next war table shows the next hero.
Yes, but what was it like? You know how like on the left hand side they have like the boxes of okay, we're gonna do this, this, and that. You know?
Yeah.
Did they ever lay it out like that? Because I knew we were getting a new hero.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's small, but just
Yeah.
a nice touch. You know.
But yeah, going in, hearing that it was going to be new hero and story stuff, some of the things I've seen from leaks, seems like there would have been more to this presentation today, but because they did say Black Panther was taken out of the presentation, or they strongly alluded to that.
Yeah.
And the rumors we've heard about Wakanda being in the game and maybe a raid happening in Wakanda, like post-launch, like maybe they were gonna show that today, but you know, like.
Do you think they push that?
Definitely.
Yeah,
that'll probably be like next Wartable. We'll hear that, or depending on like when it comes out.
Yeah, because the rumblings I heard all said post-launch for that regardless. So like, even if we saw it today, I don't know if it would have been soon. Like maybe it would have been like by November, we're adding a new raid, and it's gonna be this, right? Like, I think going into today with the expectations of what was gonna happen, I do think there would have been a little more. But what they showed, I think, was cool. I love Kate Bishop, so her being added first as like the first official hero, and then like leading into the Hawkeye expansion for Clint, good touch. And yeah, I think it's good to lead with that, I think, especially if there's going to be more like Echo characters, you know, like if War Machine eventually comes and it's like, okay, so if you can't be two Iron Mans, but you can be Tony or Rhodey, like I think leading with that going into the launch of the game is good for like what to expect hero wise in the future, I think.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, echoing Christian, like I think it'll alleviate some players' fears that you won't be able to play as a certain character if another one of your friends is playing it. Basically, this is like the first tangible character that we've seen that's essentially like a mirrored version of Hawkeye. So you can that's basically setting the stage. Like you can expect that from other characters, like you said, War Machine for Tony, and some other characters like that. Maybe Lady Thor for Thor, something like that.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Beta Ray Bill, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Kevin, I asked you before, I'll ask you again. Did anything here sway you at all?
Definitely. Sorry about that. Definitely, they're at least like double down and commitment on like the post characters and stuff like that, and like how much effort they're putting into it. Again, we knew that, but to actually see it, come to fruition with them announcing Kate Bishop, like that was a really big thing, especially, and of course, what they heavily allude to, like you said, Black Panther, but now is not the time for that, But overall, like, it's definitely cool to see that, and I feel like that's gonna be the thing that, like, if when I do get Avengers, right? Like, it's gonna be me coming back for the story experience of those characters, right? I don't think I'm gonna be in the nitty gritty doing those like, weekly, aimed things that they laid out that only pop up once a week at this time, whatever. I don't think I'll be doing that, but if it gets me coming back, hey, here's a new character, check it out. Maybe, max out that character in that AIM multi-floor thing that they were talking about too. That looked pretty cool. Like, I think that content is definitely gonna grab me. Not so much the like grindy, minutia of like a Destiny type where the super hardcore is focused on that,
Right.
I think that's where I would be at. So them showing that post DLC is definitely speaking to me personally in terms of what I would be more interested in playing Avengers. So
sure.
Yeah.
I loved the tone of the Kate Bishop trailer too. Like they're going for the Matt Fraction thing hard, and I think they're nailing it. So I like it a lot. So
yeah, I was gonna say, like, during that trailer we saw, it was kind of sad that we didn't get that Hawkeye for the MCU. He's kind of like boring in the MCU when you think about it.
Yeah.
And he very much has a personality in the Matt Fraction run.
Yeah.
And that goes in with Kate Bishop as well. So it's great that she's gonna be in the game. And I suspect I'll probably play her more than I'll play Hawkeye.
Yeah, especially since she's coming first. Might be the actual Hawkeye main, not the not Hawkeye, not Clint Hawkeye, but Kate Hawkeye. So.
Yeah.
Do you think like when you beat that story arc, you get Clint as a playable character, or do you think just later on how do you think they do that? Like if they're already introducing both of them kind of simultaneously, and they said that okay, like Kate's first, is it an act of like Kate bringing Clint back from whatever he's doing? I think he's MIA or something like that. I don't even know.
The way they set it up, it sounds like we get Kate's operation story first, right? And we play through her thing, and then it probably leaves off in a point where it's like, okay, come back in a week or two, and then you pick up with the Clint operation to see his side of the story and finish off that arc, and then Clint joins the roster. That's what it sounded like to me.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Well, any closing thoughts on Wartable 3, right? Wartable 3?
Yeah. I really liked the sort of the nitty-gritty stuff that you were saying wasn't for you, Kevin, like sort of the weekly stuff. I think so the fall is pretty dry for me right now. Right now in September it is. So this is going to be like my game for a while. And I can see myself just like waking up and like playing this and doing the dailies like every day.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that that's there, because it doesn't seem like it seems like there's always going to be content. Like even if it's small and like sort of the minutia, it's still going to be there every day, and something's going to be different, something for you to be doing, which I like to do. I can also see myself platinuming this game. Maybe this is platinum number 101. Christian, maybe you and I will have to do a joint platinum.
Oh,
for
absolutely.
Excelsior.
I'm 100% platinuming this game.
Nice. That's very fun. I'm excited.
Bunch of fucking nerds. Platinums. All right, Christian.
Yeah.
Of course, you're a few hours into the game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How does Wartable spice you up? Any closing thoughts? You know, is there any extra spice on your platter?
It gets me excited because I think kind of what Jack said, like there's not going to be a drought of content, presumably, you know. I think I've seen a lot of people echoing this, and I can back it up from my experience with it so far. If you want to compare Avengers to Destiny, at launch, this game is already as good as Destiny was with Forsaken for Destiny 2. Like, it's at that level of, like, depth and sort of being realized. So I think that's very strong. Seeing what they have coming down the pipeline, again, I think just emphasizes that I think this is one of the better launches for a service game like this. And as someone who's loving the story so far, like, absolutely loving it, seeing that someone like Kate and Clint and whoever comes post-launch, T'Challa eventually, they're gonna have like really good TLC put into their stories in terms of level design, acting, writing. I am stoked. I cannot wait. So.
Also, I mean, it's nice to see that, like, at least by the way you just talked about how they launched with this game, it seems like they didn't, you know, sit down and like didn't listen or view or see the mistakes of other game as service games surrounding them throughout this development. Like at least the way you phrased it, like it sounds like they, you know, still made their own game, of course, but also learned through the mistakes that other games of service did, and seemingly not doing that for their first go. Seemingly. So, I mean, that's always a positive, you know, that they aren't making it in like a echo chamber, if you will. Just close house, not even looking at anything else, seemingly. So, real cool to see that there. But now we got to rank this thing, boys. What we thinking? I'm overall pretty positive on this one.
I think it's like in close parity to the second stream that they did. Second one too.
I think I put the second one over the third because the second one really sold me on the game, like for real. Even though I got desold with the beta, but overall, you know, I felt a lot better about the game on Wartable 2. But yeah, I'm willing to put it definitely somewhere under 2, but not too far behind 2. Not too far behind.
I'm with you guys. I feel the same way. I'm down to put it right below 2 because right now we have Avengers Wartable 2, and then beneath that we have New Game Plus, and then the Tony Hawk reveal.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
When does this madness end?
I don't know.
Very soon. I think this might have been the last thing. Or I think Resident Evil might be the last thing because they keep saying that's the end of summer.
Did you see Ubi? I mean, they were supposed to say end of August, but it's September. Did you see Ubisoft 4 got a date though next Thursday? I'm excited for that.
Oh, okay, so I guess that's the end.
I'm excited. Listen, I'm excited for that thing. All right, they said Gods of Monsters. Let's go. Show me that. Show me all that. But of course, that was our reactions to Wartable 3. Where can we find the two hosts of course, Excelsior, a Marvel Avengers podcast? Christian, Where can people find you?
You can find Excelsior, a Marvel's Avengers podcast, on youtube.com/joyclicks in its own playlist. We got 2 episodes up right now. One going over the prequel comic, explaining all that, what you have to know about this take on the Avengers going in. That one's live. Impressions for this week, me with early access, Jack playing at launch, should be going live on Saturday, so look out for that. It's also on podcast services like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play. So if you have a second, go over there, go to the Apple one, hit 5 stars, give a nice little review. We would greatly appreciate it. But in terms of personal stuff, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Chris N. Buckley. I've been streaming my story playthrough of Avengers on Twitch, so if you want more of that, if you're not sold yet, you want to see the story, we're getting into the new content now. We finished the beta story stuff, so next stream, all new.
All new. Jack, where can people find you?
Sure. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at FascinatedJack. We also have a Pokemon podcast on JoyClicks. It's called My First Mon. Chris and I are running through Pokemon Crystal, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
You'll love to see
Absolutely.
it.
And Kevin, what about you?
YouTube.com says Plays and Source. We're still in the thick of it with Order 1886 stream series. Have I done one since the first one? No. Is it all my fault? Partially all my fault, but it's all good. That's still going. Of course, Road to PS5 podcast was on Sunday, every Sunday at 10 a.m. This week we talked about the games and broke down all the games that you could possibly play on PS5 on day 1 and beyond day 1 launch window that we know of right now. So we did that whole discussion. And yeah, at PS4Viz on Twitter, all that good stuff. And yeah, we're going to call it there. Of course, Joker's Gamescast as well here on JoyClicks as well. Fridays, all that great stuff. And yeah. Thank you all for watching. And as always, it's pizza time.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. Excelsior.
Yeah.
That too. Excelsior.